So we've been looking at renders of the Galaxy Z Fold 6 for months, and we've been trying to sort of discern how much wider that cover display is actually going to end up being. But now that the device has finally been announced, we can see with our own eyes, and we're seeing photographs actually start to come out now already showing devices compared to the Z Fold 6. Now look, it's not a massive jump in terms of that width of the cover display, but it is enough that when I show you this, I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised. So this is a post on Threads from Michelle Ramon. They put their watermark right up there, nice and clear, which is a smart thing to be doing on the internet. And what we have here is the Z Fold 6 next to the OnePlus Open. You can see that is much, much, much closer than I think you would have thought it would be based on just the dimensions alone. And let me just kind of show you the dimensions. This is on a website called Compare Sizes, and I plugged in the dimensions of the Z Fold 6 and the OnePlus Open. And when you look at this, you would look at this and think, well, the OnePlus Open, that's you know, fairly significantly larger. But again, in person with a photograph, that really doesn't look the same. Maybe it's because of the shape, the lack of the curvature on the screen there. It's more of a boxy design. Something is just not adding up to my eyeballs. This looks much wider than it looked when we compared it early on. And the same is true if we go to the next image, and we'll go ahead and open it up in a new tab as well, of the inner display. These look extraordinarily similar to one another. Once again, if we plug in the dimensions, it doesn't look like that should be the case. There's some sort of like optical illusion type thing going on that is making this look worse than it actually is. Guys, these look very, very similar. Let's use this measuring tool in Chrome here, and we're looking at about 336 pixels. If we come over here and we measure this, we're looking at about 354 pixels, right? Like, this is not a significant difference. When you look at it on images like this, it looks much worse than I think it's going to actually look in person. Now, if I swap the OnePlus Open out for the Z Fold 5 to give you sort of a comparison between like where we were and where we're going, you can see again, it just doesn't look like that big of a difference. The Fold 6 is only just a hair wider on either side. But again, in person, it just looks like it's more than that for some reason. Something about the form factor is tricking my eye. And we'll do the same thing with it folded. The same exact sort of thing is happening. The device itself is actually physically shorter while also being ever so slightly physically wider. But this doesn't tell the whole story, because the area to the left of the screen where the hinge is has shrunk, allowing for the screen to get wider, while the body of the device is not getting much wider at all, only about a millimeter wider based on, or compared to rather, last year's model. And we'll just take this comparison as far as I can personally take it. This is my OnePlus Open, this is my Z Fold 4, so not the 5, definitely not the 6, but you can see kind of visually how these two devices compare. Refer back to that image that Michelle posted, and hopefully that's some relevant information. I've picked up a dog hair. And of course, we will close them both, and you can kind of see that comparison there as well. Guys, again, comparing what we just saw in that image to what you're looking at right now, you cannot tell me that is not a better improvement than I think a lot of us were expecting. And if we jump over here to Twitter, we also got this tweet from Sasha. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Sasha. I apologize, but they are someone who is in PR for Qualcomm. Cool guy. They posted this on Twitter. And this is, I think, a pretty darn good look at the crease on the Z Fold 6. And if we zoom in here, to me, I mean, look, it's hard to say from just one image, but that does look, to my eyes, to be a fairly substantial improvement. We're not quite to, you know, OnePlus Open levels of crease invisibility, but I do think that this is a step in the right direction. Perhaps this new material that they are using with the ultra-thin glass displays are doing some work here. They said it's supposed to be flatter. Maybe it is. So let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. I will put a link to Michelle's post in the description, or maybe just to his profile, so you can go follow him and see these things directly. They're always posting very, very useful stuff like this online, so definitely do go give them a follow. And like I said, Hit those comments down below. Is this better than you were expecting? Am I crazy looking at this and thinking that that's significantly better than what I was expecting? Like I said, let me know, guys. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.